Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Tahnie and this is Talk with Tahnie, your Merry source to weddings. Today we're going to be discussing a hot topic, and that is how to plan your 2021 wedding. Yes, my friends, if you're a newly engaged couple or you're an existing couple that are looking for the answers and the news to go forth with planning your 2021 wedding, then this episode is for you. So as you know, this has been a heavy year with not only couples, but with our event industry. You guys, I live and breathe for weddings. I am in the hospitality business and luckily in the business of weddings. You guys, hands down, weddings are one of the most important days in a couple's life, and I get to play a small part in that, and that's pretty cool. But if you're new to the wedding world, this coronavirus has forced people to postpone or cancel their weddings, and it has rocked our entire wedding industry. So here we are. What is next? And honestly, I wish I had all of the answers for you, but I don't. What I can do is to provide you with some solutions to go forward, because that's my job, is I help provide logical solutions for your wedding day. Okay, let's talk the bad. We don't know how long this virus is going to last for, right? Even if there is a vaccine, who knows how long until the majority of people get that vaccine and how long it will take for us to all go back to normal life. So that's kind of a bummer. Also, here in America, we are living in an election year. So that's going to change a lot of things. Who knows what procedures and policies are going to be put in place to change life events as a whole. So with these two big factors, these are what I like to call uncontrollables, right? We literally cannot control how these are going to affect the future of planning weddings. What we can do is let's talk about the good. Now, there are many amazing wedding planners out here, you guys. Hi, it's me, Tahnie, and we could certainly help navigate you through the best direction to take for your wedding day. Another great thing is you can still legally get married, right? Love is not canceled, and that is an amazing thing. What can you do to plan for your 2021 wedding? Let's talk about them. If you are a couple who's considering postponing your wedding, here are the next steps that you should take. Number one, contact your venue. As you know, a lot of 2020 weddings were pushed to 2021, so many dates have already been taken up on your venue's calendar. So double check with them, see what dates they have available in 2021. Say if you find a date that works for you. Number two is contact your vendor team. Again, because all of these weddings are being pushed into 2021, some of your vendors may not be available anymore. Even if they are, some vendors may charge for a postponement fee, so be aware of that. And you guys, really read your contracts. That's what they're there for. It's very important that you be in the know of what your vendor's policies and procedures are. With that being said, if a vendor's not available, say you have an amazing wedding planner, an amazing photographer, is that going to affect you wanting to postpone your date altogether? Think about it. And any extra charges that go into moving your date, make sure you account for that in your overall budget as well. After you change the date, checked in with your vendors, now it's time to tell the people, right? Check in with your guests, and you want to alert them in several different ways. Definitely by email. Get everyone's email address and let them know that you decided to postpone your date. If you have a wedding website, make sure to update that as well. So you could always tell guests in that email, navigate them towards your wedding website, and every changes will kind of be updated there so they have somewhere to refer to. Also, you're going to want to follow up with a phone call or a text message. I think it's just really polite and a little more formal way to do it in case you have an elderly person that maybe doesn't have an email address or they don't really check it that often. So following up with that phone call is very important. If your budget allows for it, do send another save the date. You can make it really punny, and there's so many options. I know Minted is doing some really, really fun new save the date cards. So definitely check again if your budget allows for it. It's nice to just kind of have that extra piece of information to assure that all of your guests who have made plans, maybe it's a flight or an accommodation with a hotel or Airbnb, they have enough time to change those plans as well. All right, so you guys have officially postponed. Good for you. Here's what you're going to do next. Enjoy your engagement a little bit longer. You guys, engagements don't last very long, so now's the time to continue celebrating you, right? Get a bottle of champagne, put it on ice, eat an entire tub of Chunky Monkey Ben & Jerry's and like Netflix and chill, whatever it means to celebrate you guys. Feel all the feels. If you want to be sad, if you want to cry, if you want to indulge, do you, and that's completely okay because you're having a hard time. You decided to postpone, and get on with your bad self. All right, so maybe you're still not sure if postponing is right for you. That's okay. Here are some other options. Number one, you can opt to elope. Eloping requires a lot less planning. It still requires planning, but you could opt to just celebrate with you, your fiance, your officiant, and of course have an amazing photographer. And you could be a little more kind of wild and free or creative with this. If you want to go to City Hall, go to City Hall. If you want to climb on top of Camelback Mountain at sunset, do that. If you want to dance around in the sand dunes in Glamis, do you, boo. Whatever your elopement means to you, go ahead, go forth, and get crazy with it. Number two, opt to have a micro wedding. Chances are, if you were planning a wedding in 2019 or earlier, this term didn't exist. But whatever you want to call it, whether it be micro wedding, pixie wedding, intimate celebration, small wedding, what's cool about having a micro wedding is, well, first and foremost, you kind of just slash your guest list and maybe only have 30 of your closest friends and family to celebrate your ceremony and reception. But that reception party, say if you didn't originally have a huge budget for flowers, now is the time to really make it as extravagant and lavish as you really want it. Had a maybe buffet dinner before and you want to change it to a 6-course plated dinner, do that. You know, beef up the menu, beef up the decor. Maybe you didn't have a budget for any type of fancy napkins, or you want to upgrade the tableware, or that awesome gold rimmed champagne flute that you really wanted before that, again, you may have not had the budget for. Now it's the time to do it so you can really make that experience just as beautiful for you and your guests. Number three, wed now, party later. Don't want to lose your original wedding date. I get it, you guys. So maybe just have an elopement on your original wedding date or a very small ceremony celebration and save the bigger reception, the bigger party for a later date. I get it. You want to dance, you want to see everybody, and maybe now's just not the time to do it. So wed now, party later. Number four, have a virtual wedding ceremony. All right, raise your hand if you hopped on a Zoom call this year. I know I had a ton. So opt to have a virtual wedding ceremony. Maybe a lot of your guests aren't comfortable traveling right now or being in a large gathering, and that's okay. You could still do it virtually via Zoom or whatever outlet you decide to use. I will say though, remember that episode with officiant Gail Felock from Just Imagine Love? Make sure you do a wedding rehearsal for your virtual Zoom call. You guys, there is nothing worse than going live and saying your vows and there's just like technical difficulties. That's like not going to be fun at all for you, your experience, or your guests. So make sure you do a virtual ceremony to work out all the little kinks before and you're comfortable kind of celebrating that day. So whether you are a couple planning to still have their wedding in 2021, or you're just kind of not sure how to navigate right now, I just want you to know that you have options. And at the end of the day, do what's best for you guys. I will say, make sure you guys check with your local county clerk's office because they are going to have the most up-to-date information on any types of events or gathering right now. The rules are changing, and I know it's hard to keep up, but again, if you want to talk to a wedding professional, I highly suggest you reach out to a planner because we've navigated a lot of chaos this year, and we just want to make sure that you're feeling stress-free throughout the planning process. All right, you guys, I hope you're feeling comfortable and confident going forth with planning for your 2021 wedding, and thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you stay tuned next Tuesday where we're going to dive a little more into how to plan your wedding elopement. So we will see you next week. In the meantime, stay creative and be legendary.